What's up, guys? Welcome back to Coils Garage, brought to you by Reese Motorsports, your home for the RX-7 project car. If you look behind me, you will notice that almost looks like a complete swap right there. It's not. We still have several little things to do, but made a lot of progress today. Last night before I went to bed, I did finish up the mount, the transmission mount, so I painted that last night, so today I'll be able to put it straight on, no problem, which I did. And it went on beautifully, no issues at all. The only issue I had going in was the new bolts I have for the for the engine mount. They're a little too long, so they're not tightened down. There's about much of a gap between the engine mount on the engine and the mount on the cradle. So I guess I'll have to take those out and get a fresh, or cut a little bit off and throw them back in, but probably just get a little bit shorter ones. But otherwise, yeah, the engine's looking really good so far. I'll show you what I've done. So aside from getting the engine in and getting the trans in, I also installed the the shifter adapter from LOJ. Very, very nice piece. And I also got the shift rod today, so I was going to replace the whole thing, but when I went to take out one of the bolts for the top to access the actual shift rod, of course the bolt snapped off. So I just kind of said to myself, just leave it alone and just pry open the things, get the universal joint out, and just go with what you have, because it's going to be a headache. So I'm glad I listened to myself. So basically I just had to pry open the jaws, if you will, of the dog bone thing, and put their adapter piece in with the new universal joint. And we're good to go. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, so then once we got that in, got the engine in there, got the intake manifold on, got all those bolts torqued down to spec, got the headers on, the new exhaust manifold gaskets, got those torqued to spec, and then I just kind of started putting it together, opening up boxes. So I got all 8 coil packs, or ignition coils, got all 8 coils, all 8 wires, replaced the one broken plug on this side that I had. Same thing over here. I actually just put the dipstick on. I forgot about the dipstick, it's been out so long, so just put that on, and I'm gonna put this wire back on. I'm waiting for the little boots. I ordered the little heat boots for these, just to keep them safe from the exhaust manifold. So waiting for those still. But and then I got to do a little fab work and mock up the radiator mount. So this is just an eBay special. I think it was like $130 like 2 years ago. Aluminum radiator for a 13B setup, with kind of that factory slant back mount they have, and it was pretty close, but it was running into the crank pulley. So basically I just cut a little, trying to see where it's hard because I can't turn the camera around and it's really dark down there. So basically I just cut out, there's basically like a triangle right here. So I cut that out and just kind of bent this section down, and then welded the joints and reinforced it a little bit with some old leftover Fortec Jeep parts. Brake relocation brackets, I believe they were. And same thing over here. I haven't painted it yet just because I was just trying to mock it up and make it look nice, or at least make it fit nice. So, and it fits really well. I've got a couple of electric fans I was playing around with. I think I've got a 14-inch, just eBay special. And then I've got this Mustang V6 fan that I've had since, actually the project car right before this was a V6 Mustang. And then I changed my mind and decided I wanted old school 80s JDM. So, but I kept a few parts. So I kept this fan. It's pretty big. I don't think it's actually going to fit on the radiator. I think the radiator all the way across is like 20 or 22 inches, something like that. This one's 19, but it like slops over the top and the bottom. So I might be able to make something work with it, but it'll be pretty tight. So I'll probably just end up using the eBay fan just for saving space sake. Against my better judgment, I was going to reposition that fuel crossover tube. And again, I don't have a vise, anything like that. If I did, I probably wouldn't have ran into this issue. But I don't know if you can see it, but that is cut crooked as a politician. So I'm going to have to make a new one of those or have a new one made. There is a little hot rod shop that I went to the other day looking for fittings. So I'll just take this over there to them and see if they can make me one. Which I think most people make their own, but you know, I'm trying to get this thing right. And I don't have a vise, and I don't have lots of things. So I'm trying to do what I can with what I do have. But and then the last little fun little nugget was this. This is supposed to be a truck air intake, and so far it actually looks like it's going to work. It is a little, well, if I use their filter, it's going to be a little too long. Their filter is massive, so I might end up getting a shorter, just one of those filters from Advanced Auto Parts. Or if I cut this one like in half, just whoosh, I might be able to fit their filter. But I also have to accommodate the mass airflow sensor as well. So it might be better to just run a different filter and save that big filter or try to resell it or something. So if anyone needs a 4-inch inlet, huge cone filter, hit me up. I've got one, brand new. Just put on the car, taken right off, put back in the box. But I mean, it's starting to look like a freaking LS swap in here. I don't know about you guys, but this is freaking looking like an LS swap. I just want to hear it start up and run, and so good. Very excited if you couldn't tell. But it's getting late, and I got to get up with our little man in the morning. So just wanted to recap with you guys, share some progress. There's still a few little things I'm waiting on to come in the mail. One thing I wanted to point out. These coil packs, they were a little bit different. The brackets that I have are for, you know, came with the engine, so it was truck coils, but I got LS1 coils just because I wanted everything to work together. So all I basically did, and I might have to refine it, so they didn't fit in this hole properly. So I just kind of cocked it like 45 degrees and just screwed it down, and then I might do some self-taps. Here, 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 just so they don't move around, but I doubt they will, but I don't know. But yeah, alternator clears. Its pulleys are pretty well lined up. I might have to space it out just a little bit to get it perfect, but for doing everything by eye, it's pretty dang close. Its harness down there is all set. The fuel injectors are all set. The intake is all set. The vent tube is set. This thing is freaking coming together. I even put the little overflow on, but I'll take the radiator back out just to sand this stuff down and just spray it real quick just so it doesn't look like oxidized death. And then I'll probably just, you know, grab a piece of cardboard just to cover that side and, you know, spray that tower again just to kind of, you know, just to bring it back a little bit. Still got to put the throttle cable on. Obviously, there's no way this is going to reach over and work, but I did purchase a new throttle cable, so hopefully that's long enough to work. But yeah, just opening up boxes, throwing stuff on, trying to get it ready. I would wish I could get this intake manifold a little cleaner, but it's fine for now, I guess. But yeah, so far so good, man. I'm excited. This is a fun little engine, fun to build. Makes me want to do another one for something else, but you know, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But anyways, everybody have a good night. Burn rubber, not your soul. Seems like anytime I wear a Hoonigan shirt and my LSX RX-7 hat, things get done. So I'm just going to keep that rolling. That's going to be my good luck charm. But anyways, everyone, hope you do well. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.